I wanted to rinse Fuko before we started as well.
Just do it
So
now.
you jump into
Can you
that.
start the pod with Alpy unfortunately can't attend because he's had to take his dog Ferks to the vet.
I was going to say Fuko could.
Which is why Ferks is not in tonight either.
I was going to say Fuko couldn't make it because he had to go to the children's hospital for his paediatrician appointment.
Fico's actually getting that new surgery to extend your quads so you can get taller. Is it quads or calves?
I was going to be like, is it? It might need to
actually
get
made me feel bad for a second,
bro.
bro. Alright, you made me feel bad for a second. I thought he was actually going
Bro, without a shadow of a doubt, if there was a hype version of Ozempic, Fico would take it.
Roast Fico session.
These pre-openings
Sorry,
has always
folks.
been just a roasting session anyway these last few weeks. It's good.
Alpy saw the fiction. He's like, I'm not coming. Can you beat that out by keep the intro?
Yeah, I'll be.
Bro, what a
hard.
roast.
It's actually
What an
hard.
absolute roasting sesh.
The Premier League fixtures are out.
They are.
Yeah, I didn't bring him up, so just keep talking while I bring him up.
I mean, why don't we start with that then? Might as well. Well, we haven't even introed the episode yet properly. Who's introing it? Who wants to do it?
Hello and welcome back to another ep of OTB.
Off the ball.
OTB, bro.
OTB. I
We're
like
OTB.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait.
if it's OTB though, it could be off the ball too. Or on the ball.
That's what I mean.
So
It's
how's the viewer going to
No,
know?
ambiguous.
People know by now.
People know, bro. We are
I hope so.
we're rebranding, bro. We are OTB. OTB. And I've been working really hard to try to find a new logo.
Bro, if anyone sees this guy's crazy shit logos, I'm sorry.
Reminds
I'm
me of
sorry.
this one guy we had and he was just really, really bad. But it's like it was too late. His probation period was over and he couldn't let him go. And it's like, you're the man.
How could you get him wrong?
Keep going.
But how could you get it so wrong? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Couple of lines, couple of letters. But this guy doesn't understand. He starts adding fairies and dragons and clowns.
No, I'm just trying to come up with ideas, bro. And then you guys take the piss.
That
Alpy.
latest one was pretty good.
The last.
Thank you. See,
iteration
bro,
was
Work
good.
off that, yeah.
But that's what it's inspiration. It's not that we're not going to use that for the actual
Yeah, of course.
the logo. Everyone's probably like, what are you guys even talking about? But what Riad said before,
We're trying to rebrand. So
We're sacking the line.
from season 2 onwards.
from season 2, we are planning to go bigger, better, and by doing that, we're trying to rebrand, create a new logo, and go from there, man. So
Berkz, why don't you explain to our fan audience early discussions? It was like episode 3 when I said, hey, maybe you shouldn't use the Premier League logo. Like, nah, bro, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, bro.
Hey, legally though, it is fine because it's not actually the Premier League line.
It used to be the old one, yeah?
No, it is the Premier League line, but it's different because I put headphones on it.
What if ours
Legally-
is a panther? Technically speaking, it's a different feline species.
You're right, it could work, but
So on the record, I did agree with Veki on the 3rd episode saying we shouldn't use the line.
mate, I think everyone agreed with that. But who
Do
cares?
it once, do it right.
Hey, legally, we're in the clear. I put headphones on the line, so it's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine. That's fine.
yeah, but wouldn't
That's
like
like me in
isn't this
football.
exciting? Isn't this exciting times though? Like we're going through a rebrand and whatnot. Like
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
it's fun.
Do you know what? To be fair, when we first started, we kind of rushed it a bit because we were like, we need a logo quick.
We need a logo.
Because the season's
And then
starting in like a
it's
week.
stuck, yeah. And then we have to get the show going because the season starts. So we're like, all right,
Far out. I can't believe we.
already
Speaking
been-
about
you're almost
the
there.
season starting,
yes.
the fixtures are out.
Ooh,
Ooh,
They just came out before,
I
yeah.
didn't look at Liverpool's.
6 o'clock.
I looked at Arsenal straight away, and it was the worst 5 opening games that you could possibly, hope for.
Alpy and my mate Steve thinks they're going to go 5-0.
I'll be honest with you
15
guys. I have not looked at it. I wanted to do a live watch along.
Do it anyway because this one features
But
later on.
all I know is someone spilt the beans. Go for it. But I won't. But apparently
Alright.
United are playing
The
Arsenal
first game of the season is Liverpool-Bournemouth. It's going to be on a Friday night.
What if
That'd be a
someone
cracker.
crunch
Friday night, Saturday
Kirkes?
morning.
Semenyo's going to crunch Kirkes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then another big one is Manchester United Arsenal at Old Trafford.
Whoa.
That's going to be either the 16th or the
Hey,
17th.
and
I'm not
Marim,
sure.
that's the first game
That's a
to
big
prove
test,
what you've
yeah.
been working on. That's massive,
What
bro.
have you guys been working on? Is there any
bro,
something?
Nothing,
Xerxes
bro. Everyone's
was
on holidays.
in the Caribbean grinding on a gill. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He had
Bro, how is he?
It's all over his pants,
Bro.
bro.
Bro, during the season, I think Riad called it out a few times. He looked a little like he was carrying a bit of extra weight.
He looked
And then in that
abs.
photo, he looked like lean. I'm like, did he work in the off season or is he just?
I think that that's coming from Amarim, I believe, bro. Because
What, grinding on girls?
no, not grinding with girls or getting your shorts wet or whatnot. But yeah, I think players that have been out of form, I think Amarim's message is go get fit, be fit, and like just basically be ready for when I call you. And that's what they've done. Even with Casemiro. At one stage, he was looking like a full kebab jar. Like brother, lettuce, tomato, onions. And then, yeah, bro, he went hard. And for a guy his age, like, you know, basically you're winding off, you know, with your career to come out and rejuvenate yourself. And like everyone was talking about, no, Casemiro's done. He looks like he's staying, man.
But honestly, bro,
good for us.
Considering the season that you had last season and considering that you lost the final to Spurs, I would expect 90% of players to come to preseason early, cut their holiday
You
short.
would hope so, yeah.
Because like this is the season, you need to make it work.
Yeah.
When does your preseason start since you're not in the Club World Cup?
I reckon soon, bro. Because you've got players that are already ahead with the Club World Cup, and they'll kick off the season like pretty fresh, man. In terms of like they're not rusty, you know, like every other team that starts the season quite rusty, and then they work into it. But I think every team needs to have an early preseason in order to keep up, man.
Well,
especially Arsenal. Arsenal, bro, they need to go for the title like next season.
Well, they haven't signed anyone important yet.
I mean, they haven't stopped going for the title.
And they haven't signed anyone yet. Other than they've signed Zubimendi 15 times. So I don't know what's going on. They've been going from a striker to this striker to another striker to the same striker.
I find it funny that even though we won it, we're still not favourites. It's almost like when you speak to like fans that aren't Liverpool or Arsenal fans, their first go-to is still Arsenal for some reason.
Well, then I have seen that with the like transfer window, all the activity that we've been having, a lot of people reckon they're like, oh, if there's one more signing that we make, like Isaac or like an attacker,
Kirk has done.
Apparently, it's 45 mil, I think they said, or 40 mil. And his dad confirmed it. It's a funny. They're on some Hungarian podcast.
No, it was like, a Serbian.
Was it a Serbian podcast?
Because Kirk is half Serb, half Hungarian.
I didn't know that.
And his dad's a crack up.
Is his dad Serb?
He was talking about how Kirk he went to AC Milan's academy, and Maldini was there, and he was having a chat to his dad and stuff. There's one story from the pod. Maldini's like talking to his dad and he's, look, tell your son like not to go hard sliding into challenges. Like, you know, he can injure other players. Like I get that he's trying to prove himself. And we know from the Premier League how hard Kirkes goes. Like it's very intense. Anyways, he has that chat to Maldini and then, you know, he goes home and he speaks to Milos. And he's like, Milos, listen to me. This was the feedback. What I want you to do next training is slide in twice as hard.
Oh, what funny. His dad seems like the type of like a typical Wog dad, you know what I mean?
Bro, his dad would not let him talk.
No
Milos would
nonsense.
start saying something and this guy would just cut him off. He'd be like, oh yeah, but when
Shut up,
he was
Milos.
21.
Yeah.
That's like, bro.
Yeah, that reminds me of like Son.
Yeah,
Son
yeah,
and
yeah.
his dad, how he basically dictates his life. You can't get
Yeah,
married.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you like it's like football ahead of everything, and then you can like once you retire, then you can like begin
Have a life.
have a life,
That's
get
unreal.
married, have
I
kids.
guess
Whatnot.
that's what it takes to make it, though, bro. Can't blame him.
They are a distraction, son.
All right, all right. We're back to the fixtures before we got carried on.
Yeah.
So after I think it's the same time. Every game after that is at the same time. So it would be maybe a Sunday night because this could be Friday, obviously over there, or Saturday, whatever it is. We've got Chelsea, Crystal Palace, London derby, derby, and then we've got Villa, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham, Forest, Brentford, Sunderland, West Ham, Spurs, Burnley. That'll be Thomas Frank's managerial debut. Wolves, City, and then we've got Leeds, Everton on a Monday night to close the weekend. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. The promoter clubs obviously are Leeds United, Burnley, and Sunderland.
Bro, Sunderland are back.
Eight
Yeah,
years.
it's crazy.
Bro.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Netflix doco?
The doco.
I've seen
so
the
good.
first season,
Sunderland till we
Yeah,
died,
yeah.
bro.
I hope they made one for this season. That'd be good.
But
Like
you know
for
what's
the
funny with
season
those teams? They usually go straight back down to the following season.
But you guys have got also don't forget this year finally you've got the African Cup, so Salah is going to be
Salah
away.
apparently could be away for the Arsenal game. So
Well,
it won't be available.
December 21st to January 18th is the African Cup.
It's back. Like
Yeah, it's back this year. Because everyone thought it was last year, and then we're like, wait for the African Cup.
But I feel like more than ever now we're more ready to absorb his absence.
probably yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that Frimpong getting up like to that side.
Yeah, because you could just
And they'll
put
put in
Bradley,
there,
at
Bradley, yeah.
right back and Frimpong at right wing.
Yeah.
So you guys have other options as well, like Harvey Elliott and those kids. As well.
If he
Not
hangs
on the
around.
wing though.
Yeah, he's not really
He's
played
a
wing that
bit
much.
slow. Doesn't have the pace.
No.
But yeah, unfortunately, I'm there. The West Ham. I was just speaking to Veki about it. I'm there for the West Ham away game.
It's all right.
Olympic Park. No, who the hell is Olympic Park?
London
yeah?
Stadium, isn't
Yeah,
it?
London Stadium. Who the hell wants to go to that?
Why not? Blowing bubbles?
Bro, you know how hard it is. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
bro.
a crap stadium.
You probably get. I'm not going to say.
No, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna. If I do go, I'll have to sit with the away, like the West Ham fans. But I want to enjoy the moment. I want to, you know what I mean. I want to celebrate. If I go with the away fans, that means we'll probably have to stay an hour after the game.
You couldn't wear your jersey either, to be honest.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be. We'll see how we go. So I'm trying to change it. I just messaged my travel agent if we can change it to the week after, which is a Fulham home game.
Mm-hmm.
So
at the bridge.
At the bridge. So they'll extend my trip for a day or two, but I'll be there for the home game. But I do miss out on the Liverpool Arsenal game.
Will you miss out on another pod or what, bro? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, well, I'm
We've gone
missing
4 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 weeks. I'm missing
5
five
weeks.
podcasts.
Wow,
weeks.
5.
Well, let's see if we survive by the time we're back.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what this guy's
Just
camera.
take your laptop with you, bro, and make some like edits and shorts.
Bro,
and
you
whatnot.
do
I
a
mean-
live from Stamford Bridge.
Yeah,
we'll
I
call
will
you.
be vlogging all of it, like all the match day and stuff. Every match that I try and go to, I'll make it like a day.
Make sure
out.
you actually enjoy it as well. Yeah, don't be one of those tourists that's looking
just-
at the game through the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll record as much as I can, but we'll see.
That'd be good.
I'm going to try and record if I go to a Turkish league game, that's the one I want to record.
When are
as
you
well.
going again? What dates?
July 27th, I'll be in Turkey till end of August.
Okay.
So it's not really. It's
Not too
it's
bad. That's
really
like you'll be here for the
4.5,
start of the
5
season,
weeks.
give or take. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. So
Not too
I'm
bad.
there for literally the first week till the third week of the season. So I'm
Yeah,
only
easy.
missing the first
That's
3
right.
weeks.
Mm.
Nothing will happen by then. No one will have won the league by then.
You'll miss the roast when Arsenal pump United.
Oh, that'd be unreal. No, you guys can FaceTime me.
We'll
Bro,
call you- we'll
I'm
buzz you.
actually tempted to come fly down for a couple of weeks, but then I know
Unreal.
Oogs will won't be happy.
Why wouldn't
His missus won't be happy.
Why? We'll just go watch a game, bro.
Because then it's
We were
like,
in the hotel.
Riyad's like, I'm going to stay there with you guys.
And you'd actually be like, bro, I'll sleep in your bathroom.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right.
Save money, bro.
Save money. Yeah, why not? Oh, far
oh,
out.
bro. But yeah.
That's it. That's the first week. I'm not going to do the rest of the fixtures.
No, that's all right. I
We
mean,
can talk
it's-
about it another time.
So, seeing as your first game's Arsenal at home, are you not
guys-
concerned by the complete lack of transfer activity?
But isn't the transfer window stopped? Hasn't it stopped anyway?
At
I
the
think
moment,
it's
yes.
opened again, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
it's
Still, you
it's
can
stopped.
still
Nah, it's stopped.
talk to.
No, you can
because
still
of
do
the club.
business. You can still do
Yeah, you
business,
can
though.
still
You just
talk
can't
to
close
someone. I haven't
deals.
seen any
Nothing,
rumours.
apart from Boomo, I've seen nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's like a couple. We're linked with a couple of strikers. But
You don't
nothing-
need a stri- you need
nothing
other
concrete.
players.
No, we need strikers, bro. We need strikers. We need someone to
They
finish,
do.
bro.
Two clubs that need to take the most action, Arsenal, United.
Are doing
Fuck
nothing.
all.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah,
But
literally.
But look, bro, everything's happened behind the scenes at the moment. I think a lot of clubs. I think we need to change our approach. We can't. Like, we're so out there in the media. Every time we target a player, it's like we're linked with this guy and it's all over the shop and then we never sign him. And it's just like, I'm over that. So it's good to kind of be, behind the scenes and doing some private deals and making agreements behind the table. And
When the season
and then
starts,
bang.
no one
It's like,
signs.
but it's like Chelsea. It's like they're never linked with this guy, and then all of a sudden, here we go. We've signed this guy. It's like, bro.
Speaking about that Usugo kid that came on, I know you guys don't watch the Club World Cup because, you peanuts are not in it, but
I mean, we've won it, so I don't really.
Bro, it's not about
We've
not
done it
being.
as well.
I would gladly watch the Club World Cup.
I actually like
but
it.
you
The
require
time-
like a 6 subscription. So I've got
Yeah, I
YouTube,
don't-
Netflix,
KO, it's on KO.
Paramount.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
I
honestly.
can't afford it.
Yeah, it's true.
much.
Yeah. Luckily, I watched the footy on KO, so it's on KO. That's why I watched today
on
as well.
KO.
Yeah, it's on KO. That Usugo kid that came on, that played instead of Caicedo, that CDM, I've never heard of him before. He's played one season at Sporting, and then he went on loan, and then he had a great season, God knows where else, and he plays exactly like Caicedo. So that's something that we needed.
I love how it's. You're like, I've never forgot all about this kid. That's how many signings you guys make. You
Hey,
completely
bro,
forgot
Bro,
to
every
even
single
sign the
player
bloke.
that's linked, like they've been linked with every single player.
We're just hoarding
honestly.
talent.
There's not a random player where I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of him before. I've heard of every single player. Like Hugo Ekitike.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
United
apparently they're in
are
for that
linked
next
with.
year.
Everyone's
yeah.
after him, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
United are
he-
linked with.
Did you see what happened with the news after they couldn't agree to a
Bro,
deal?
apparently they want 100 mil for him.
No, so what happened was Chelsea offered, essentially it was 30 million euros. You know how the European teams take the English teams on for ransom and they just
Yeah.
take them for a draw right?
Yeah.
Premier League tax and whatnot. If it was any other team like Porto, for example, if Porto wanted him, they'll sell him for 30 million, no
Yeah, yeah.
problem. Oh, you know what? We'll give you 30 million. Like they'll give them money to take him. Because it's English teams, Chelsea, if it's City, if it's anyone else.
Even Liverpool will listen to you.
They
honest, but I
get
don't
their
know that fee.
Mamouche money now.
yeah,
Don't
but
forget. Yeah.
Marmouche, Wirtz.
Yeah.
They've got Bank, man.
Wirtz is from
Yeah,
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen, no.
Frankfurt.
Oh, Frankfurt.
yeah.
That's right. I've missed that.
And they're like, so what Chelsea did was they offered him 30, they knocked it back. They offered him 40, knocked it back, and then right on the deadline day, so they can bring him to the Club World Cup, they offered him 50. And in theory, they were meant to accept it. They knocked it back. They go, nah, we want more money.
Bro, 50 should have been your first offer.
Yeah, it should have started with
30.
that.
That's an insult, bro.
Yeah,
That's how much that's what his worth is. You know
In
what
this
I
day
mean?
and age, about 30 is like
Bro, 30.
that's
Come
a
on,
low
yeah.
market value. Like for a player like that, he's meant to be one of the next.
Yeah,
I mean, not
Chelsea's trying
next
to
big
save money.
strikers,
You know what
but
I mean?
yeah, well, yeah.
He's unproven,
It's funny
bro.
because 10
He's
years
not
ago, you would have
proven.
been just an average fucking player, but because the market's so dry,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100 mil.
Especially for
Adam Wharton,
strikers too.
100 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, who the f***'s Adam Wharton? Like, how is he commanding 100 mil? It's because the
I
market's
don't,
so
that I don't
fucking dry,
understand.
bro.
That makes no sense to me. That's English
Supply and
tax.
demand.
I think that's Neymar ruining football. With his
I don't know if you can call it Neymar
massive-
anymore though.
Liverpool ruining football.
No, it's shut up.
Neymar to PSG. Was it to PSG?
220. Yeah, but what do you mean? Wirtz is the third highest paid. I can finally say it. So it's Neymar. Who has the second? Who's second?
Mbappe.
Mbappe, and then it's Wirtz.
Enzo Fernandez.
That's
Fernandes.
under him. It's actually under him.
Bro, no. You're confusing bonuses and the upfront. Upfront's 100.
116.
Who's the same
The
as Rice?
most
The 116, isn't it?
expensive.
No. 100
players.
upfront.
Oh, there you go.
Everything else is
15
bonuses.
Yeah.
No,
There you
no.
go.
Wirtz is the most
Because-
expensive player.
No,
in
no,
the Prem
no.
But
now.
fee-wise,
Rice
is
is
right.
100.
It's not that high.
Wirtz is 100 upfront, and then there's bonuses. With bonuses,
Bonuses
Wirtz is
will be
more.
150.
will meet. Bonuses are generally just
I know
to push
Enzo
out.
Fernandez is up there.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's
Here we
like
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
top
All right.
6.
Yeah.
Let's go. Sorry, my
Look at the-
apologies.
look at the transfer
My apologies.
market
It's
list.
Neymar, Mbappe, Dembele from Dortmund to
Yeah, there you go. I
Barcelona,
thought about that one.
Coutinho, Liverpool to Barcelona, Joao Felix from Benfica to Atletico
that was
Madrid.
a lot of transfer
Then it's
fee.
Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen to Liverpool. Then it's Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
Then it's Moses Caicedo.
And then Rice
Bale,
is like 90
Ronaldo. Ronaldo at 34.
So
whatever.
Wait, where's
in that
Rice in
list, how many Chelsea and how many Liverpool players?
There's like one Liverpool player. Which
One
is
Liverpool,
Wirtz.
2
to
to 1.
Chelsea. Bro,
But
do
Caicedo's,
you guys remember?
Caicedo's worth every cent of the money. Enzo's still, but Enzo's have it quite.
Bro,
legit.
I
He's got run of
just
form.
I know he's really good and I really rate him highly and so
He's
do
not worth-
Rice, but
he's not worth 106 million. Enzo
DM
Fernandez, but
and an attacking midfielder shouldn't be in the same bracket cost wise, in my opinion. Anyway.
yeah, I reckon Caicedo.
Who's more important in your
Caicedo.
opinion? No, a DM or
I think, like,
Depends
a
on the
attacking
system you're playing,
midfielder.
though, I guess.
It depends, because
For Chelsea-
I see Caicedo as Chelsea. Like
Yeah,
he is
that's what I'm
Chelsea.
saying. Yeah, I
He's
agree.
that important to them.
I agree.
But I don't think. Look, put it this way: I don't think Rice is to Arsenal what Caicedo is to Chelsea.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
but they do play a little bit of different role.
Because for me, Wirtz is second best talent to Musiala in terms of what he does in the world. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen that chart? You would have seen
I
that
mean,
chart, yeah.
Look, there's Desiree Doué as well, and but
What a player.
Wirtz is up there, man. Like,
Of course,
his stats for
Hey.
and his age, he's unreal, bro.
Just quickly.
He's on my every football manager team.
do you guys remember when United signed Pogba for 89 mil and we got
which time?
absolutely rinsed like for paying that sort of fee?
It's because he's from your youth academy,
Bro.
Bro, you know
sold
what?
him. You sent him for free.
That's why you got rinsed.
Don't worry
That's
about
why you
that.
got
No, no,
rinsed.
no.
What do you mean, bro?
We're talking about what
Add some context in there.
we're talking about what we paid for him.
Yeah, because you let him go for free.
Bro, it's like us signing
Yeah.
Trent
You
now.
paid
for
that
fucking
money.
$100
now,
million.
bro, so many players are so much more expensive and you don't hear it. You don't
because
hear about
they're
it.
not from the academy. That's why you got rinsed.
Oh, my God.
Bro, we're talking about different times, different GMs, different managers.
It doesn't matter. It's your
He
talent.
went-
It's like us letting go of Reece James. Yeah, now, right now, at
Yeah.
24, 25. Letting go. 4 years later, paying 100 million for him. That's exactly what happened with Pogba. You guys let him go at an early age. Didn't rate him. He went. He proved himself. And then you're like, done. We'll slap
sign
88
him.
million for you.
It's like
I reckon
Arsenal
it was worth
buying
every-
Smith
every
Rowe for
single
like
dollar.
100 mil now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I don't know. That's, the Pogba situation.
that's why you got
is a
rid
joke.
of-
I reckon
Yeah.
he was worth every single cent, bro.
What?
Or
He did
just
nothing
maybe
for you
never
guys,
let him
Joe.
go.
Just for the vibes.
Just for the wife.
He was good, though. Like,
I reckon if
Looking
he had
back at it,
a
I
different
loved
team
him.
around, if he had a different team
Yeah,
around
he
he
him,
needed
wasn't
a
at
team
United.
built around him, basically.
That's
if he wasn't at United,
He was a
one of the
luxury
best.
player.
You could say that about United for the last 10 years, but there's certain players
Said
that you
about
say
United
about
now.
them.
we're missing that sort of player so badly right
You got him in Fernandez.
No, they're different because Pogba could also hold
DM,
and
yeah.
plays a DM. So he as a number 8 would be incredible right now.
And also, Fernandez is a rat. And
He
Pogba's
had
a
the
human,
potential
so
to
there's a
be
difference,
like a
you know?
Yaya Toure for you guys, but he was just It was his attitude, bro.
He's
he didn't give a fuck.
injury prone as well all the time. He did get injured.
He got done for doping and shit.
I think he's
done
coming
for
back.
Black Magic.
I'm pretty sure he's going to sign for Monaco.
He is. Yeah. Apparently,
Then they sent him Monaco.
Monaco.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, that's unreal. So that's a good list. Ronaldo being on that list at that age was crazy.
Well, where's Rice? Rice should be on there too, shouldn't he? Rice was like 100 mil too, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
He's 100 million on top, but
expensive.
that's he should be just below Gareth Bale. He should be number 10 instead of Ronaldo.
I almost feel like he's wasted at Arsenal.
Rice.
That could come back and buy you, bro. If they don't win the league this year, then yeah, what a waste.
Sorry.
Look, I think he's good. He's paid for it. He's played well. He hasn't had a.
Scored at Worldy against Madrid. And
That's a trophy.
Can we say now that Caicedo's chosen the
What
wrong
a
club?
trophy.
Why would he
Caicedo
choose
chosen what, sorry?
I think he's chosen the wrong club.
the right club or the wrong
The
club?
wrong club.
No,
Imagine if
I
he
don't
chose
think so.
Liverpool. We'll be winning the league for the next years.
Bro,
Yeah, but he can say that about
Caicedo
anyone.
burns. Caicedo burns because
He hasn't missed a game. has he?
no, because we were linked with him for like 3 million. Like I'm talking about a while ago.
When he was 12.
Which Caicedo?
Sorry,
A lot of
Caicedo,
Caicedos out there.
Genuinely.
Literally went from his
Look at hey,
Colombia, yeah.
do
He
something.
went
for
from
the
his
Ecuador.
team.
Ecuador,
He
sorry,
went from
Ecuador,
Ecuador,
yeah.
his team to Brighton to Chelsea. So
Before he signed to Brighton, I'm telling you, United
have
were
that
linked with him for like
stage, they were
literally
doing like
eight
DNA
years.
testing. and like,
you don't have the capabilities for that, brother. Your scouts don't have the money
Just
to scout him.
another stupid.
You don't have the scouting
fluff.
abilities for that, mate.
Honestly.
But
I think, man, even watching him now at the Club World Cup, I think he gets harshly reffed as well. There was another tackle in the club, like he always does. He wins a ball.
Yeah.
Then he clearly wins a ball, but he goes through the player. But like it's not where he goes through the player high over the knee. Wins a ball clearly, bang, ref, free
It's because
kick.
the game's changed. I don't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it, to be
So
honest.
soft.
You know what's
man.
funny? I've got a lot of, you're going to laugh, but I got CDs that I
Yeah.
used to record back in the day. The game has changed so much, bro.
CDs, what's that?
So much.
the guys
You put it in a DVD player and you play it.
What's
I
that?
used
Is
to
it a-
record actual games.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got Champions League games from like 2007, like Liverpool,
On
Real Madrid,
CD.
and chill
That's
like that.
unreal. See, watch it now.
That's mad.
That brings a pair. You might see footage then, but Chelsea's whole identity is a big CDM. That's how we win.
yeah.
That's how we win titles like Makaleli, Kante,
Ballack
Essien,
was
Ballack.
massive, bro.
Do you get what I mean? Like Caicedo, we've been missing since Kante's left. We've been missing a big destroyer CDM like that. And then they signed this kid, Stugo. He plays exactly the same as him, goes in as hard as him. I don't know if he's going to be the same talent. Obviously, we just don't know yet. In the Premier League, he could be a shadow of himself. And then we got just attacking players around him. Like we still got to see Andre Santos come in. He was one of the best. He was in the best 11 in France.
I remember you talking about him like early last season.
I called it. And now he's there. We'll see him.
Is he
we'll see
back
him
from
this
loan?
tournament. Yeah,
Back from his loan?
He is. So-
While we're on the topic of Chelsea, we might as well. I saw again, and we're talking about transfer window anyway, because we're going to talk about this as is. I was going to say, I feel like you guys you know how Thanos was trying to collect all the Infinity Stones? I feel like
collecting all the talent.
you're collecting everyone that's named Fofana. There was another kid that you guys saying
Maximus
signed.
Fofana or something like
Yeah,
that.
and a 19-year-old kid from
where?
He's the
From
one
Leon?
he's the one that
I don't know. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah,
Huh?
he's the one that took the piss out of you.
There you go.
guys.
Yeah, it's not Maximus. It's not Maximus. It is a
It's
Fofana.
Maximus Aurelius coming back.
Decimus Maximus Aurelius.
I'm come back to take United out. See what Cherky said. Cherky said about United. He goes after that comeback loss. He can't stand Manchester United and he can't wait to play him.
Oh no, I did see that actually. Yeah, he's saying I can't wait to go. Yeah, the first time I played.
But honestly,
I'm spewing we didn't go for him, man.
I don't know, but bro,
genuinely
you
thought we
honestly,
Bro, you
were
were saying you were linked with Kirkers as well. Like it's like you're linked,
were,
but then
no,
you do
we were.
nothing
It's
about
actually
it.
linked, FC.
Or in the background they're saying, "Nah, we're not interested," and then it just kind of like disappears.
I think no one wants to go.
The
United.
thing is,
Yeah.
I think with the Kirkers case, if we hadn't signed, what was his
Panic
name again?
buyed
Mazraoui?
No,
Doro.
Oh, Dorgu, yeah.
Dorgu?
Forgot about that guy,
Yeah.
bro.
If we didn't sign Dorgu, then I reckon we would have been in the market for Kirkers. But I think we were desperate in Jan for a left wing back.
Dorgu just feels like another Malacia. He's just like
Is he playing?
Nah, if you look at his
Player, bro.
statistics, he's actually an extremely aggressive wing back. And he's, I think, made the most runs, most crosses and stuff like that.
Put some respect on Malacia.
So-
He's won a Eredivisie. Divisie. I'll be there. I'll be in Eindhoven.
Yeah.
I'm wearing his jersey.
Eindhoven.
Eindhoven.
I completely forgot about
They're the
Malacia.
best people in the world, bro. When I went there, I had so much fun, man. They're like literally European Aussies.
Yeah,
They
I've
all
heard
speak
that too. Yeah.
English. They all laid back. They don't give a flying F And they're just such nice people. They're like, oh yeah, it's good. Jump on the bike. And I'm like,
jump on the bicycle. I was gonna say,
bro. When I went there, I was there for like I went there, and lived there for like 3-4 months, and man, I was blown away by the culture. Bikes, football, and that's it.
Yeah.
Bikes, football, and a good time.
And it's crazy because it's such a
shit.
small country
Yeah.
as well. It's tiny and produces so many freaking good
Yeah.
footballers.
Mate, if you, I can see why, because when I was there, obviously my cousin grew up there, and he pretty much he was born there. What they do in their spare time, instead of playing 3v3 indoor or whatever, they have a punter competition, which is you get a goal every time you make someone.
Oh, yeah.
So that's their
Technique,
that's their game. I'll record if he still plays. He said there's preseason, but that's what they do. They just try and meg each other all game. How crazy is that? Like their skill level, even he plays division. Like it would probably like to be state 75 here, but he would play NPL here with that level of talent they have,
of ability.
Even my older cousin and stuff like that, he played it like in Turkey and stuff. The talent they have, I've never seen it before. It's crazy. They'll come here and take the piss.
It's different focus. That's what we were saying like ages ago. It's like the physical versus the actual technical.
It's
Unfortunately, we're a country that focuses more on the physical side of the game.
Fitness, run, tackle.
But
It's
it's also the level of football that you're playing. Like for instance, some of the boys, in our case, where some of the boys were way ahead of others, and then you start playing together, and it's like you want to get to that level, and it's just like that with Australia. Like that's level. That's the level, and it's just like it's not going to get better than that because you're not competing against better players.
You know what would be sick? You gave me an idea. Like, imagine if how we've got like the Club World Cup or a Champions League, whatever. You get clubs from around the world coming in. Imagine if there was like a Champions League, but just for like
indoor
state league level. You know what I mean? And it's just from around the world. I would love to see like I don't know,
Bentley Greens.
Yeah,
Bro, I was thinking about this
Can you
on
imagine?
my way here. The Club World Cup, right? Listen to me here.
There's a homeless World Cup, bro. It's like
Your Bayern Munichs and your Chelseas, they're all getting together in the US, and these clubs are like loaded with money. And it's like they go to these tournaments where they make even more money.
Yeah,
and it's like, imagine letting like State League 1 clubs
how sick would that be?
participate and play out Bayern Munich. Number one for the experience, even if they get pumped
bro, that'd be
30.
Play their 21s.
demolition,
Bro,
yeah.
you'd be able to say you played against Bayern Munich
Like Auckland
and
City.
you got knocked out, but your club got $500,000.
Yeah, how sick would that
And
be?
you get a jersey.
Would
I would
go
love
back
that.
into grassroots, the kids, the training, the whatever.
I reckon start it
develop
up,
the
Veki,
game
bro.
even
I
more.
reckon start it up.
100%.
I reckon
You know what I mean?
just start it up, bro. You be
better.
the
Like, what's the
co-founder,
point
founder
of a
of
$3 billion Bayern Munich making an additional $5 million? You know what I mean?
What are they gonna do with that? Yeah.
The funny thing is, they would actually play their first 11 against anyone.
Yeah,
and they'll win 30
Have you seen those memes?
Bro, have you seen the team they play? They play every year. They play the same team from the third division or whatever it is.
It's like Auckland or something.
No, I know they
No,
play
as in their preseason, yeah.
In their preseason, they play a German team or some team from the lower divisions around that area, and they beat them 30-0
They just pumped
every
them
year.
like that.
Last year was 30-0. The game finished. Like they're up like 16-0, and they put Muller on.
Yeah.
and he'd score like 10 goals. Or like against Auckland City, Auckland City, they're 6-0 up, and they put Musiala on.
10-0 finish.
Like, relax, guys. We know you guys are good. Like, let the guys breathe, man.
Literally.
And then, one of the players, he's like, after the game, he ended up getting Kimmich's jersey. He's like, it's all worth it.
Yeah, of course. 100%. I would do the same.
Oh, sorry, boys, I got to go to work.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a shift.
I've
I've got a forklift shift.
Got to drive the forklift in 2 hours.
But speaking about that, imagine a state league. So you're like our equivalent to Bentley Greens, your Oakley Cannons, your Preston versus Germany's.
That's what I'm saying.
state-run
I would
teams.
love to see that. Like,
That would be unreal.
imagine let's just say like our state one versus like whatever the equivalent is Germany. Imagine like a competition like that where it's like all the state ones across the world coming for a competition.
That's what
That'd
they
be
almost
mad.
get it like in the FA Cup. That's why they call it the magic of the FA Cup. I remember one season where Liverpool was playing Havant and Waterlooville.
Yeah.
It was literally made of plumbers, taxi drivers.
you guys lost last
They were
year.
playing at Anfield, bro.
How crazy! I love that.
Sick.
That's
Who
what
did
we
you
need.
lose to last year?
We didn't lose to anyone in the FA Cup. That was that.
Who was the FA Cup or Carling Cup?
That was the year before, I think, wasn't it?
No, bro,
Are you
that
talking
team.
about
That's
Plymouth,
Greens-
Plymouth
yeah.
Argyle?
Oh, Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah,
Wasn't
you
that
guys
the
lost
season
them,
before?
mate.
Yes, I know they got a
Yeah,
chance,
that's what
and
I'm
then they
saying.
were never seen again.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's the magic, you know what I mean? You get these lower teams.
But
and-
see,
Yeah.
these guys are still like, most of them are actually footballers full time, but at a lower level. I'm talking about where football is only a part time thing,
yeah.
like we do here, like training. We go after work, our actual regular job.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's basically Auckland. Is it Auckland City? Because there's 2 Auckland clubs. I forget.
Yeah,
which one it
Auckland
is.
City is the
Whichever
one.
one is the one that's
How
playing
the
in the
hell
World
did they
Cup.
fluke their way? Oh, because they're from New Zealand, and Auckland, the one in A-League's from Australia.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Wait, which
bro,
one's the one that's in the Club World Cup? Is
the
it
one from New
the
Zealand? The
non-A-League
actual
one?
like state. They're a state league team, but they're like I think they're New Zealand's own team.
Because that's their Oceania representative, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And
that
that's
makes
why
sense.
the Auckland, the one that lost to Victory this year, is from the.
That's
in the
an A-League, yeah,
So
that
that's
makes
why
sense.
I think that's why they couldn't go in.
Apparently, that club's doing big numbers too.
They're a big club.
They're for a club that just started. They're doing really.
Yeah,
like
they've got a
they had the
billionaire
record, I think, for A-League attendance or something, which is crazy in the first year. Yeah. Anyway, that's a
So
completely different topic.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else on transfer league? There's obviously Liverpool are moving pretty solidly. I want to call that out. We're excited to finally. I think we're finally getting signings after how many years of just having nothing.
I think there's nothing else at the moment during the Club World Cup.
No, everything's gone quiet at this point. I think it's finalising deals.
I think, it kind of depends on what moves. I think for us, it's almost like we're trying to get rid of Nunes, clearly.
Yeah.
And it's almost like if Arsenal nab Sesko, then that strikes him out. Not that we're interested, but because everything's so limited in terms of every single position, there's not that many good players out there. So it's like if Arsenal take Sesko, and let's say hypothetically you take Gyökeres, then it's like we're competing for Ekitike. Yeah. Beyond that, it's kind of like these guys are unproven. As Riad said, it's like who do you even get?
Who do you go for? It's actually there isn't like your standouts. You know what I mean? It's not, and I'm not. There is like a couple of standouts, but there isn't like a massive list of standout players. There, like if I don't go for him, I'll go for him. For instance, you know,
especially as like an out and out like a striker. Like
there is Sesko, Gyökeres.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
and they'll move when they move. That's it. Like who else are you gonna go after? Like Veki said, like it's a small pool of players.
And the thing is, so many teams are after a number 9. Yeah, so many,
and
teams.
so many of them are after those number 9s too. We should. You know what we should do?
I've never really thought about it, but I'm like, maybe this is a conversation for the next pod. But why are all these positions so dry? Like
because the game
you had like Torres,
hybrid.
Atletico, Suarez, and bro. You could look in so many leagues and there'd be strikers that you would actually want. I think straight away.
The number 9 striker, the hybrid coming out of the youth system and the development and the way that people play now. I don't think because usually back in the day you play 2 up front.
Yeah.
So there's always, even these Ekitike, maybe him 10 years ago would be an out and out striker. Where now that it's a hybrid, he's more of a left winger. You know what I mean? Yeah. He plays out on the left, but he can play striker. Does that make sense? So there's a lot of wingers these days, but there's hardly any out-and-out number 9s.
Yeah.
Because I was watching even Nunes at Benfica. I'm like, yeah, he's good, but like I'm not creaming all over him. Like I don't really want him. You know what I mean? And then back in the day, you look like Robin Van Persie, and it's like
Van Persie was unreal, man. Van Persie just kept. He was good at Feyenoord as well, but he was sort of done towards the end.
That's it. This is just there's no players like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like you said, they're kind of just they play up front. They're not like central. They're not strikers.
Right, is Dzeko at 40 or 39 now?
I heard about this move, isn't it?
He's at Fiorentina now.
Yeah,
and they were in the Conference League and the Europa League final. Yeah, the Conference League final a few years ago, and they lost in the semis this year.
They're taking the piss out of that move, though. They're like,
there's no
manager's
out-and-out strikers. So like my point is, even for the lower teams,
they're
still going for like a Dzeko. You know what I mean? There's literally no strikers.
I'm surprised there's not much traction around Harry Kane.
Why he's
coming back to the Prem?
Nah, I don't think
he won't leave. He just won the Bundesliga.
He won his first trophy.
He won his trophy. Oh, they'll come back to the Prem and
come to United. Yeah,
he'd go to United.
I'll actually take him, bro, in a heartbeat.
Of course, you take Wood at this point. What do you mean? And that's not even an insult. I would actually do a job for you guys.
You'd do a job.
You'd score more goals than Højlund for sure. I reckon he'd score at least 3 goals.
Hey, if I had the same amount of minutes as Højlund, you reckon I'll score more goals than him?
100%.
Wow,
100%.
I don't know, bro.
You could trap the ball better than
maybe send Amram an email.
I'll be like the Bruno. Just let me take a penalty.
Come on,
I'll probably miss that as well.
Maybe send bro. Yeah, don't take pens.
I'll toe poke it. I guarantee if you gave me the same amount of minutes as Højlund, I'll at least get 1 goal.
Maybe just fake your wiki in something. Say that you've played for this club and that club.
Too late now.
And then
Bro, I'm pretty sure I've told this on the pod before. When I was 29, when Kez went to Turkey to go try out for the Turkish clubs, our old coach actually, I was because I was in such a rich vein of goal scoring form in State 5. I was on like 14 goals or something like half the season, so I was really good. I thought I was in a great run of form. He's like, if you want, I can send you 2. I'm nearly 30. In my head, I actually thought about it. I'm like, maybe. I was so close to going with Kez. He's like, I'll get you a trial. You know what I mean? Like Kez, like they told Kez you're too old. Imagine I got down. He's 3 years younger than me. They'll tell me to get stuff.
I'm going to tell you a funny story. So we know obviously Sai plays for Diamond Valley.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, you should come down. And I'm like, I looked at the map. I looked at where the ground is. I'm like, 10 minutes away.
Are you that close?
Are you that close?
I'm that close.
All right.
Anyways, I rock up to the first training and Doan's there. Now, I've seen Doan plenty of times at White Star, but he's never seen me. And I'm wearing my Celtic top. And we're doing our activation drills and warm-ups with the bands. And he goes up to me, looks at me, and he's like, are you that guy from Scotland that we're waiting from Queensland? And in my head, I'm like, fuck, I got a Celtic top on. Do I just tell him yes in like a thick Scottish accent?
Yes,
I'm like, nah. He's like, all right. I'm like, I could have trained with the seniors.
You should have been like, yeah.
Same as you. It's like, you should have just said, yeah, man. Like, I'm down. I'm down.
You know what? Did they ever end up getting that Scotland player from?
Bro, I've never seen him.
You know what? What was on the topic of like just random football stories? I don't think I've ever said this to anyone. It was the most random experience. But one time before because I was playing at Lindale United, obviously. Well, no, this is before I went to Lindale. I was looking for a new club, and I'd left at that point after you ripped me that game.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
We smashed them 10-0.
Oh, no, that was shocking.
Like
16 nil. Yeah.
Jesus.
That was that was shocking.
Hat-trick
That was
first 3 minutes.
Shocking team, that team.
Bro,
Anyway.
that's a cricket score.
It's repressed memories.
Yeah.
Anyway, after I left it, I was like, I don't have a club to play for. I went to Southeast for a little bit, and then I was like, all right, I can't play because my wedding's coming up, whatever. I'll just stop. I'll figure out next year. And I was looking for a club. Have you guys heard of Monash Villarreal? In State 4
I think I have, bro.
or State 3?
Yeah.
So they're like an official, you remember, Say It, yeah?
Yeah.
Other Say It, like,
Yeah.
He was a coach there. I saw him like in the marketing materials. Like, oh, sick, like he's there too. This club is like, they're a council club, like they're located in Monash. They play in Oakley, but they're partnered with actually like the Villarreal club in Spain. So like that's like their sister club.
Yeah.
And that's why they're called Monash Villarreal. And I was like, sick. I'd love to play for the club like this. That'd be sick. So I sent him an email, and I was like, hey, like, and I was just outright. I'm like, look, I'm not the best player in the world, but I'm real determined. I'll get into it. I'll train as hard as I can. Whatever. Like, I'll make it work. I'm happy to play resis. I want to play resis. And I sent him an email, and this is why I always say, like, language is important. Using English is important. Because off the back of that, they were like, look, we're not actually looking for players at the moment, but I love your passion. Would you like a coaching job in juniors?
Wait. Did you send it to Monash Villarreal or actual official Villarreal
Monash
club?
Villarreal.
Sorry, we already got it right back.
No, Monash Hospital. It's a Monash Hospital psych ward. We'll get him on straight away.
Monash Villarreal. And I was like, I wrote them that message. I was like, look, I'm really keen to play. Like, I play right back. I'm not looking to be like, I'm not a superstar or whatever, but I'll get stuck into it. You know, I'll run. I just want to play resis. That's all.
Yeah.
If there's availability, can I play? And then off the back of that, he's like, let's set up a call this week. I'd love to have you on board as like a coaching staff for juniors. And I was like, bro, I've never coached in my life. What am I going to do with this? But I ended up calling the guy. I was like, I spoke to my missus. I was like, look, this club's associated with Spain. Like, sometimes they have weekly catch-ups with the coaching staff in Spain. Like, they have Zoom calls and shit.
You're going to become a coach out of nowhere.
Honestly, I was. And I was like, what do you reckon? And she's like, yeah, that's mad. Like, imagine if you end up going like a Spanish training camp or something. Like, how cool would that be? I was like, fuck, that's mad. I'm pretty sure they do that as well. And I was like, all right, I'll have a call. I spoke with the guy, and he's like, yeah, look, we'd love to have you on juniors, like under 8s, under 9s, that sort of thing. And at the time, I was like, man, this is a good opportunity, but I'm like, I don't think I can do it. And then just the door closed at that point. I was like, it would have been sick, but imagine that.
Yeah, imagine you're still there now. It could be the new Billy Bucks, bro.
Can you imagine me as a coach, bro? That'd be the funniest thing ever, bro. I can't even picture it, bro. It'd be hilarious.
I would really. I feel bad for the kids.
This is how you kick a ball.
Imagine you train with the kids and they buff you. They just rail me, bro. Just ripping left, right, and center.
Coach, what's that? Oh, fire.
You know this is how you kick. This
You know
is how
what's
you
funny?
kick a ball.
Like, you have people like that, like, let's say, doubt themselves like that, and you have people that, like, they'll go with chance, like,
Bro, stop swearing, bro.
sorry,
Stop swearing, bro.
sorry.
I've counted 8.
No.
Literally,
No, he's going to beep about.
Doesn't matter.
Freaking doesn't count, all right?
I'm like, bro.
What I was trying to
He's
say
like
is,
this bloke.
when I went to Veki Uni, we used to have one of the best sports facilities, like a separate campus for sports at our campus. And
Did you go to
we
Footscray?
used to be in an official partnership with Real Madrid and Manchester
Whoa.
City. So the top exercise physiologists, they actually used to go and do that placement in Spain.
See, that's unreal.
Like,
man. Imagine that
with Real Madrid.
Wow.
That'd be unreal.
Bro, that is unreal. And even if you go and type in Master of Exercise Physiology now in Vic Uni in Google, there'll be a big banner with a guy that's made it all the way to Man City.
Oh, shit. Like, actually working there now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's like, you might laugh about getting an opportunity to go to Villarreal, but like, let's say hypothetically you took that coaching gig.
Yeah, who knows
Bro,
where you
you
end
never
up.
know
It's
where
true.
you could have been. You know,
That's true.
You're right.
Very true. I should have taken it now. Is that what you're saying?
Like what?
I could have been in Spain right now instead of here.
Yeah, you
I could have been in sunny Spain.
You could have been in sunny Spain instead of dropping stinkers like that on Monday. You could have actually taught someone.
Let's not
something.
talk about that.
It's like it's like the Wolf of Wall Street, bro. He just took some really dodgy old firm job
And made it massive.
and then made it massive. And
Yeah, I should have just faked that. I
the
would have
Wolf
been
of
like,
Wall Street.
yeah, we're going to play 3-7-1. Don't worry.
Sound like my coach.
Not even, not even
Revolutionary formation. It changes football.
Thiago Motta 2.0.
Next subject.
Yeah.
We just went on
Such a good segue, bro.
We
Anyway,
just kept straying off.
that's it, I think, for this episode.
That's it, bro.
That's our first episode without Alpy in, like, what?
Unreal.
30 episodes or something.
Unreal.
Ferks is here, but you can't see him under the table.
Hey, Fico, you're right. Hey, you know, Alpy with you loving it because usually we roast Alpy, but yeah, it's Fico's turn. Hey, Fico, how's it down there? You need to step up. Oh no, you're right.
Anyway, that's it. That was the episode. That's episode 40, actually. So that's we're 10 from 50 now. That's crazy.
Wow.
There you go.
Incredible.
People thought we were going to be done first 20 episodes. Think again, Veki.
Don't knock us down.
Elon Musk is our next guest.
Yeah.
Hey, 50 episodes in, we haven't got a guest yet.
I know, can you imagine?
We haven't got any guests yet for footballing wise.
Kez is watching this from Fiji, like, oh.
Nah, he's our producer, bro. He's our producer.
Anyway,
Hey, can I ask one thing while I'm away?
yes.
Can you guys do it longer so I can just like watch it while I'm flying and stuff like that?
Oh, you want
How
like
about
a
you just watch
10-hour
our
episode?
previous episodes?
Yeah, I can do that as well.
Or
But I
that.
don't want to watch myself. I don't like watching myself.
That's fair
So I want to see.
Watch
Some
the episodes
fresh-
that you're not in.
How about you just actually rock up and do episodes? I can just say, hey, brother, I'll do it for you while you're gone.
Done, bro. I'll do it for you, bro.
And
I'm just
then
going to roast
lock
you
it in.
for an hour and 40 minutes straight,
Hey,
bro.
as long as you roast me, I'm fine. I'll watch something. But you know what? Berkz is going to, he doesn't know yet, but he's going to edit my matchday vlogs as well. So for the pod.
Wow. What an honor.
Bosh.
How is it not more widely known that you got roasted 16-0 by Ur?
It is widely known. We speak about it like.
When did
Bro,
we
I
get
don't know.
16
This is the first time I'm hearing
when
about
we
it.
played each other, remember?
Oh, yeah, no.
All these years ago.
But that's
do you
a-
wanna-
I know, we've
that's a
spoken
little
about
blowout.
this. We've spoken about this ages
We
ago.
can talk about it. The thing is, okay, average age of my team, yeah, I swear to God, was 16 years old.
Yeah,
I was
they had
the
kids.
oldest. I was the oldest, so I looked like their dad on the field.
He was like
Bro,
a talisman.
The
Yeah,
Christmas
like,
party was all wearing Santa and they'll take photos with you. Yeah. That's what he was, bro.
Picture this, captain's armband. I just got dropped from seniors
Yeah.
because I was just old and slow and I was injured. I got the captain's armband. I had the number 31 jersey over there. And we're playing Berkz. I go, Berkz, okay, you look familiar. He Nev's brother? No, I'm joking. Yeah. So we started the game and he's like, he started on the right. So what I did was I go to the coach, put me on the left wing.
wait, hold on. Before you go, I didn't start that game. I actually got subbed on.
Yeah, so when he came on
Subbed on.
as a right back, yeah.
And it was about like 60 minutes in, I think, at this point. And we were already down
So,
on what?
60 minutes subbed on. It was 1-0 down.
No.
it
It
was-
was.
I think it was
Bro,
like
how do you
70.
not
It
walk
was-
off?
it was
How
like-
do you not walk off after the 10th
Bro,
goal?
trust me. I'll let Will finish, then I'll
So
explain my
it
part.
was like 6-7-0, yeah. And he came on. And I'm like, oh, we'll make it juicy. I go to the coach. I go, I'm gonna go.
Sad.
So he's a right back, yeah. And I think Alpy was there that day. He's got a video of me
Was
doing
he?
the step over. I swear to God, I'll bring it up. And I go, put me left wing. He's like, mate, you haven't played left wing in 10 years, or you can barely run.
Don't worry.
No, don't worry.
Salivating.
So I went on the left wing, and I swear from that move there, I scored a hat trick from that one move. And he's like, bro, he goes, you look quicker than you know. He goes, you look quick. I go, bro, I'm actually like back then I was a little bit quicker. He's like, I can't believe how quick you're moving. He couldn't get near me at all, like any tackle, nothing, man. And then I scored 3 and I created 3. We won like 16-0 at that point, and
Yeah.
he was done.
Hey,
He's
just-
like, after the game, he's like, I quit. I'm never playing.
Did you
again.
take a shower after that game, or did you go straight?
I never showered. I never showered any clothes.
same
I
too.
can't. I just go straight out.
We
It's
just leave,
disgusting.
bro. Yeah.
Bro, but that club, when I was at that club, yeah, that I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say the name of the club, and don't say it anyway. I don't want to be like rude, but that was honestly the worst club I've ever played for in my life. That was, it was like one of those ones where like the coaches were the players.
Yeah, was that located in Noel Park?
No. No. It genuinely wasn't. Anyway, that's I was having problems with that club for that point. I was like, they put me on at this point. We were like 12-0 down or 10-0 down. I'm like, what do you expect me to do at this point? And then we get railed the next week at training, and it's like, now you're going to do laps. And I was like, hold on a minute. I actually spoke up once. I was like, I played 3 minutes on the weekend, and you're telling me I need to do 2 kilometer of laps because I messed up. I had 3 minutes of involvement in the game. And I was like, I shouldn't have to run, bro. Let these guys run. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
And then I
run.
left, bro. I was off.
Yeah, run.
Anyway.
Just quickly, while we're on the topic of playing clubs and not showering and whatnot, bro, my first ever game playing outdoor, I was playing for Dingley, yeah? And their resis coach was a Chilean bloke named Jorge.
Oh, yeah.
Had like long hair. It was like he's just a good looking like 50-year-old man, you know, but he was fit. And after the game, you know, within the change rooms, I was like never, like I wasn't like accustomed to like Chileans and stuff in the change room. Like these guys are butt naked.
Yeah, like
bro.
Calais and stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting down, taking my boots off, and this coach comes up to me, butt naked, sits right next to me with his legs open. He goes, bro, you played well. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, what the hell's going on, bro? I went red, bro. I just wanted to escape. And he just grabbed me and he's like, I'm going to play you in defense, you strong boy. And I'm like, bro, don't touch me.
Bro, I swear they're all like,
Probably swinging low.
I swear.
He was a good-looking 50-year-old too,
Bro, do you remember him?
Yeah, he had luscious hair, bro.
long hair.
Bro, we're talking about the same hot hair. I'm pretty sure he was Argentinian though.
Maybe Argentina. I'm not sure.
Grey.
Grey hair.
He used to play for for a Serb club.
Bro, he played for
Bro,
the
he was a
reserves,
gun, bro.
He was a coach player, and he like for a 50-year-old, bro, this guy was schooling everyone.
And did he love to scoop? You know how I scooped the ball sometimes?
He did.
Bro, he loved that move. That was
bro,
fucking the same one.
The guy,
I'll find a photo of him. I'll find a photo of him.
bro, the guy. Till now, I've got PTSD, bro. It scarred me, bro. This thing was
dangling.
Bro, and then who was it? I think Wandy's just hanging. My mate Wandy behind the shower laughing because you can see how uncomfortable I was, bro.
You know, right?
Yeah.
That was. I'm pretty sure that was his boss because he started the
That's
roofing
right.
business.
Yes, the roofing. He was a roofer.
Bro,
Oh my God, it's all
I don't know
hitting me.
exactly what you're talking
It's
about.
all
bro.
hitting me right now. It's all hitting me now. Yes.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
And that's a wrap.
Says.
Arsenal.
Like,
No, it's staying in. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
See you, mate.
like and subscribe.